Well, November is Alzheimer's Awareness Month, and all this week we're taking an in-depth look at that memory-stealing disease. So many people have relatives who suffer with this disease, and then you worry, I know, and have concerns about whether this runs in the family. Well, senior health correspondent Monica Robbins reports on genetic risk here.
If you have a family member with Alzheimer's, does it mean you'll get it too?
There's a truly inherited form of the disease called familial Alzheimer's disease, early-onset Alzheimer's disease.
Dr. Petersen says people with this rare genetic form of Alzheimer's have a 50-50 chance of getting the disease, often at an early age, say in their 40s or 50s.
The vast majority of the disease is called sporadic, but even in sporadic cases, there can be a familial tendency.
Sporadic cases tend to happen after age 65. So even if you don't have a known genetic link but do have relatives with Alzheimer's disease, your risk could be double or triple that of the general population.
In general, people 65 years and older, the risk of getting the disease is perhaps 10%.
How can you reduce your risk? Dr. Petersen recommends moderate exercise, brain games, socialize, eat a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean sources of protein.
You know, all those common sense things. And coming up tonight at 11, I'll explain one of the most promising new drugs being studied to slow the cognitive decline in those with early Alzheimer's disease. It's a story of hope, love, and faith as a couple of high school sweethearts battle this disease together. So it's certainly something you don't want to miss, because all week long we're going to be looking at some of the new treatments, alternative therapies, and most importantly as well, not only the patients, but caregivers too.
It's so hard for caregivers.
It is.
I know people that have had to do it, and
Yep.
It's just heartbreaking, especially the first time you look at that person and they don't know who you are.
Right.
Oh. This sounds like a fabulous story you've got coming up at 11. I can't wait to see it.
It is, yeah. And like I said, I mean, these are stories of hope, but there's also some news out today that one of the drugs in a very prominent clinical trial came up zero and failed. So it's a difficult disease to nail down, and they're desperately trying. And, you know, it's really been one drug in 20 years that has been approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Monica, so looking forward to it.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.